Man, you guys are a long ways away.
They're plugged in.
Okay. Hey, Gary.
Hey, Greg. When you stood up here Monday and said you were going to handle this thing by yourself, did you have an inkling or an idea that it would come together this quickly and you'd be right back here this week introducing the head coach?
Well, to be honest, I really didn't want to have certain expectations. I just wanted to, when you go through these searches, one of the things you got to do is you got to kind of block out the outside noise. And Jeff was monitoring things out there and told me anything he thought I needed to hear. You know, I didn't have an expectation on time frames. I didn't want it to stretch forever, like a month or anything, but we needed to take the time to find the right person for our program, and so happens we were able to do it pretty efficiently.
I know you said you spoke to Coach Izzo, but how many other people did you have to speak to before you were convinced on this hire?
Well, I had to talk to Crystal. That was important, and the girls. And I'm serious. I've been through a lot of coaching searches, and hopefully don't have to do anything anytime soon again. But I'd never sat down and had especially as good enchiladas as what they had, enchilada dinner. And Crystal's from Colorado, so she kind of understands that Tex-Mex, you know, good quality Mexican food, and it was good. And so I talked to a lot of different people, some of which I'll disclose, some of which I won't, and but some really good basketball minds, and they gave me great insight. But when I would talk to them, I wouldn't talk to them about just one person. But every time that Coach Oats' name would come up, a lot of very, very positive feedback. Some who had known him, knew him personally, others who didn't, but had watched his teams play and develop, and so it was great to get that type of reinforcement.
Here.
Greg, obviously recruiting is at the forefront of building a program. Coach has already said he's tried to visit with the current players, and we'll have a team meeting later on. Have you spoken with the players that have put their names in the transfer portal about staying here and being part of this?
I spoke to the team Sunday night. Is that Jay or Jess? Sunday night? Yeah, Reg. Yeah. And then since then, I have spoken with two of them. One in the portal, one not in the portal. And I've spoken to a couple parents of student athletes, of current student athletes, and of some recruits as well. But we're going to, last night, today, we'll continue to get our arms around that. But that was important to try to stay in communication within reason of those people, while you're also trying to be very focused on finding a coach at the same time.
Any questions?
Y'all are easy.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Thank you.
One right here.
Oh, never mind.
So during the entire process, from listening to Coach Oats, families are important. Kind of strange that I'm sitting right here.
Yeah.
But how hard was it, or was the culture of Tuscaloosa selling it on these folks to my left?
Actually, to be honest, Crystal, I don't want to speak for you. It was pretty easy. I think they had already done a lot of research to begin with of what we have in Tuscaloosa. And one of the things, they thought it was pretty warm the other day when I was up there. The sun had been out 3 straight days for the first time since September. Is that right? Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
And I said, well, it's 72 degrees today in Tuscaloosa. And we talked about just the beauty of our campus and the Black Warrior River and Lake Tuscaloosa. And we showed the girls pictures of North River Yacht Club and the pool that's the size of Coleman Coliseum out there. So I think I can speak for Regina and I both. It's a great place. It doesn't take a whole lot to convince somebody to want to come and spend time here because of the quality of life and everything that's here and the people. And we actually last night had Regina and I are involved with the Boys and Girls Club, and we had a Boys and Girls Club auction, or cocktail party that was sold at an auction at our house last night. And we had already moved it twice, so I think, what's today, Thursday? Yeah. So Tuesday, I called Regina, I was in Buffalo, and she said, are you going to be home tomorrow night for this deal? I said, I don't know, we'll see. Let's see how the next few hours go. And so she decided to continue to have the reception last night. And so when we flew into town, we walked into our house with 100 people. And so I think the girls got to see the the Southern hospitality right off the bat, and how much people are excited and proud of our university. So really, it always takes some sales because they're leaving, it's a new point in their life. New friends, new family, not new family, I think the family's still the same. New friends, new schools, all that goes into that. It's a big time in their lives. And so we want to do everything we can to support them through that. But we were fortunate that they thought this was too good of an opportunity not to take advantage of it.
Jeff?
Greg, can you give any details on the contract lengthwise or like that?
Yeah, well, I'll have that. He signed a memo of understanding yesterday. Dr. Bell and I signed it today. It's a 5-year contract. We're not going to release terms today, but we'll have it out there for you. But a 5-year deal, and I think both sides felt really good about it.
And when you think of like what you want to see in terms of, like how would you define success with this basketball program? Some fans would look at, well, we want to go to the tournament every year, or there's a certain number of wins.
Right.
How would you define success?
I think success is obviously graduating the young men on your program, giving them life skills for the future, preparing them for the rest of their lives to become men and adults, following the rules, not embarrassing our institution in that manner or any manner, and then going out and giving great effort in the development of the young people in our program, and both on and off the court. You do those things right, you're going to have success when it comes to the scoreboard and the wins column. And I do think here at Alabama we should compete for championships. That's what we want to do. We want championships in a lot of our sports here. And obviously men's basketball, and I know Wimp was here, he had such great teams, and I remember watching those teams growing up. And I would jokingly say, Wimp probably saw me play and say, that's the kind of kid I don't want to recruit to Alabama because I want to win. But we should be able to compete at those levels. Not to say we're going to go win a national championship every year or anything like that, but to where we have the right foundation in place, we should be competing for Southeastern Conference championships. If we're competing for SEC championships, we're going to be competing on the national level as well. All right, good?
All right.
Thank you.
All right, roll tide.